Hello and welcome to One Cool Thing, where we show you one cool thing we are testing out here in the PC Mag Labs. And today's cool thing is, well, it's a thing with a lot of cooling, isn't it?
It is a literal cool thing. We don't lie to you here on One Cool Thing.
Okay, so what is this thing?
This is the Acer Predator Helios 700. It is quite obviously a thick and, if you give that a lift, 11-pound gaming laptop.
Okay, so wait, you're calling this a laptop?
It
like
is
you're supposed to put this on your lap?
technically a laptop. You can carry it. It has a portable charger, which probably also adds another 2 pounds to your carry weight. It is a laptop. It's a thick laptop. It looks a lot more like the old, heavy 17-inch gaming laptops that we've gotten used to over the past few years. Gaming laptops really thinned out. They've become obsessed with thinness. We've seen them impressively thin ones, and Acer's going the opposite direction with this one.
So let's see what you can do when. Here's that power brick.
As I said,
you could definitely club someone to death with this. I mean, I'm thinking as a gamer, you know, you can use this as a weapon if necessary in real life to defend your gaming laptop. You hear that?
Theft.
But can I do the thing?
Yeah, do the thing. Why is this so thick? Why is it so heavy? There has to be a reason. That's the reason. This is the Hyperdrift, as is the branded name, keyboard. It slides down, revealing some cool lighting, which you can see the internals through, and 2 fans. Okay,
so we've had this benchmark on high quality 1080p this entire time, and it was at about 82 frames per second with the Hyperdrift closed. Now it's a little more like 84 frames per second.
Really maximizing those returns. We saw the same numbers roughly in our review on various real world games. There was about a 2 frame rate increase, which isn't huge.
Yeah, okay, so other than your 2 frame rate increase, and now I have to mention we're doing 82 FPS here, it's a 144 hertz screen, so we are getting the full quality of whatever the graphics card is able to put out, right?
Yes, we have a Max-Q 2070 inside, we have a Core i7 CPU. The fans and the reveal of the fans not only adds your frame rate slightly because of cooling, but it does keep it cooler. It's actually, despite its massive size and performance, a relatively cool running laptop even without the keyboard slid down. We found it running probably below average temperatures. With this slid down, it was in the 60-degree Celsius mark range, which is really good, actually. So this is doing something.
Now, it is doing something. It's definitely doing something ergonomically. Do you find it easier to use with the keyboard slid down?
Yeah, it's a little bit more desktop-like, which again, its size, is it really even a laptop?
Yeah, it's kind of desktop-like.
This is the keyboard sort of wrist rest desktop experience that's coming to you via this sliding keyboard. It's cool. I mean, it's cool, right? It literally, again, but this is neat. This is an interesting and pretty unique thing. It doesn't just slide to reveal the fans. They went the extra step to make it slide and collapse, so it makes it a little more comfortable, adding some unique value proposition in a market where gaming laptops now for a while have been pretty samey.
Yeah, and now what's this Christmas light situation going on here?
A customizable RGB keyboard, as always, and the particular setting, although as you can see, when you slide it down, it does do, or at least it did before, this cool custom lighting sort of wave, because why not? That's what fancy toys are for.
And now since it's a gaming laptop, it's a gaming keyboard, you have your macro keys, you can program your macros. I'm gonna pull out the other thing. And so when we were pulling this laptop out, this was interesting.
Yes, the special keys for the, as you see, WASD, you can swap in and out. They feel very different. I don't know if you'll get used to typing on them without a lot of practice, but for gaming, they're a little more springy, a little more action.
Well, it's not just that. It's not just that. These are kind of.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, these are kind of analog.
Yeah.
That what I found amazing about these keys is that obviously, you know, with your regular keys, and these are very nice keys.
Yeah, they're perfectly good. It's not like, oh, let's put on the good keys, but
nice, deep, bouncy keys. But these keys are they have magnetic actuators in them so that they can tell the degree to which you're depressing them.
Yes.
So for something like a driving game, it's almost like using a joystick or a
like a pedal, sort of mimicking that experience again, desktop-like. These features come to you in this very not portable package, but it is technically portable. It's more portable than your desktop. Again, 10.8 pounds, I believe. Add in the weight of the charger, and yeah, you have a kind of laptop.
Okay, so let's say you are taking the Acer Helios 700 somewhere. What is the battery life like?
Not good. Again, almost portable. 2 hours on our rundown test. It might last longer or shorter depending on what you're doing. It'll almost definitely last shorter if you're playing games off the charger. So again, This is more of a take it with you and set it up once you're there type experience, because the performance will suffer if it's not plugged in. It's too heavy and too big to put on, an airplane tray table. Look at the size of this thing. It would never fit on one. So this is kind of like, I have the option to take my almost gaming desktop with me and use it once I get there. But in transit, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, the way I was thinking about this is it's for the transient gamer. It's for somebody who is maybe a college student with a dorm room. They're using it in their dorm room. They're taking it back home to their parents' house for holidays.
Yeah, maybe not to class.
Right, they're moving it to the next dorm room. It's something that you transport between places where it's normally fixed.
Right.
Yeah. So and when you said it optimizes itself when it's unplugged, I wanted to point out we're up to 93 frames per second now.
Extra cooling's going somewhere.
Extra cooling is getting somewhere. We were at 81 with the keyboard closed. It was 30 with the power adapter.
Yeah, without the full power going to the GPU and going to the components to do the cooling and make sure everything's running at full power. Not the same experience.
So let's talk about some more specs and some more features in here. What can you tell me about this screen?
It is 1080p, kept it simple, kept it a good fit for the 144 hertz refresh rate, because if it was a 1440p screen, I don't think you would even see frame rates that approach 144 frames per second. So that's a good combination. For the graphics card that's included, that's also a good combination, because the 2070 Max-Q is going to push above 100 or at around 100, so any higher resolution and you'd be causing an issue for yourself rather than enjoying a high refresh screen.
Yeah, and I love how it's matte.
Yes, it's matte finish,
so nice.
not reflective.
Yep. We have a pretty decent selection of ports. Do we? Okay, so I see there's two US. I'm not gonna move this around.
I
guess I should. People are watching.
It's a laptop,
video.
Sasha. Remember?
It's a laptop. So we've got our two USB-As and a full-size Ethernet.
Getting his workout in.
And we've got our headphone, microphone ports. What do we have on the other side? We have
USB-C, and another USB-A port.
Okay, and on the back we have an HDMI and a display port.
Yeah, that's where all the video lives. And for our particular SKU with all of that, 16 gigs of RAM, and it is about $2,200 actually.
How far can you spec this up?
High. I don't think ours is the top model. I think you can continue to bump either the storage. It probably has a Max-Q 2080 version of this, I imagine. So this isn't the max model, but it's a good combination for what the screen offers.
How about the audio?
Pretty booming out of this size thing, which is good, because sometimes you get kind of wimpy.
Yes, sometimes I find the 17-inch laptops, especially because they're trying to go thin and light, they go thin and light. They're using dinky little speakers. There's no audio cavity.
Yeah.
As a result, everything sounds tinny because they've subordinated everything else in the system to the screen.
It's all about the thinness.
Yes.
It's good to have something that's a little more robust. It's what you come to expect out of the 17 inches, and then you, like you said, kind of disappointing.
Yeah,
sometimes.
and something else I wanted to point out here, which is kind of relevant for gaming, I guess, is that I was impressed to see that it has Wi-Fi 6.
Yes, that's becoming increasingly common in, still not very common, but I've seen a number of laptops in the past month or two now that it's here and it's moving onto systems. So another high-end feature that will slowly but surely become pretty commonplace.
Okay, so what does this compare to? What else is out there that's like this?
There's nothing quite like this, which is good. I am seeing now a big upswing in unique gaming laptops. I think, I don't want to call them all gimmicks, some are gimmicks. This adds some utility, I think. But there's a number, there's laptops adding a second screen above the keyboard. There's laptops that are almost giant 17-inch 2-in-1s with removable keyboards. There is a lot of attempts to add value in non-traditional ways in the past couple months, which is good, because I think the graphics card hardware has kind of topped out, and for the time being, performance parity is all about the same. Everyone's thin, so they're starting to think about what other ways can we add value or unique features. You get things like this. You get things like a screen that goes here. So whichever of those gimmicks seems the most appealing to you, and this is one of the better ones.
Yeah, and we have a whole bunch of benchmark charts in the review for this laptop, and that was one thing that struck me, that a lot of the performance seems to have plateaued.
Yes, they're all similar. So on that basis, if you're looking at this, or our best Alienware, or our best from other competitors, then you're like, well, what do I decide between if they're all this far apart on the benchmark charts? And it's stuff like this that differentiates. Obviously, price goes a long way as well.
So anything else I missed here? Anything else we need to talk about?
I think you've covered all the bases, Sasha. It's huge. It's got macro keys, turbo button. It's got all the gaming features, the full numpad. The Predator software I do want to mention that's over here on the number pad. The Predator software suite of component monitoring and customization is one of the better built-in softwares that gets included in these types of laptops. So that allows you further customization.
And I would like to point out, if you've been hearing the air conditioning noise through this entire video, take a moment. It got a lot quieter because we ended the game, we folded up the keyboard, so those fans are not always running. The fans are just running when they need to be, and they don't need to be anymore.
Yes, and I do want to mention the fans, it's not just a kick up in fan speed. Pulling that out does enable the GPU auto overclock. So that is what it's doing, and then when you close it, it calms down.
Okay, great. So this is the Acer Predator Helios 700. We gave it 4 stars. Is it an editor's choice?
It's an editor's choice for its uniqueness and trying something new. It's also a good gaming laptop. It's not overly expensive considering that rather ridiculous kind of edition. They're not charging too much of a premium for that. So yes, you can get a less expensive version of this, but the performance parity is up there with the others. It is big and heavy. Obviously, it's a con if you're going to travel a lot, but this unique keyboard is a cool idea, and they actually executed it really well. So for that, editor's choice.
Great. Thanks a lot. This has been One Cool Thing with PCMag.com. Please like and subscribe, and we will give you more cool things from the PCMag Labs.